I just realized I stopped giving synopsises.
Meet at the library. Okay.
Hi everyone, it's Julia and welcome to my channel, Shakespeare and Such. Today is, sadly, the first day that I start to live up to my literal name here on YouTube and talk about Shakespeare, because I haven't really, I guess I've talked about the plays that I've read since joining BookTube, which really is Much Ado About Nothing, maybe a brief mention of Twelfth Night. Not very impressive. I am talking exclusively about Shakespeare today, and I'm very excited. Let me tell you, I haven't planned this video. I'm just doing it spontaneously. So let the records show that 1, I did not plan. 2, I am by no means a Shakespeare scholar. I'm merely a Shakespeare lover. So not everything I say may be accurate, or it could be up to interpretation. That's all on you. And 3, these are probably in no particular order, but I'm probably going to give roughly 5 of my favorite female Shakespeare characters. So let's just do it. First up, I have to mention probably an unconventional choice for a list of this nature, but I am very biased because I have once played this role and I love her to pieces. And that is Olivia from Twelfth Night. I just realized I could be holding up these plays. It doesn't matter. Olivia is fantastic. So if you're not familiar with Twelfth Night, it's a comedy, and Olivia's character is in the middle of this love pentagon? Debatably. So Viola is a very wealthy, noble lady. Her father and her brother have passed away, so she has an uncle who lives with her, but truly she is kind of the lady of the house and very much in charge of her own fate in a way that is not common at this time period at all. And so she is being courted by Duke Orsino, who, is very noble and older than she is, and he's got a lot going for him other than his personality, and she's just not having it, and it's fantastic. She could live a very comfortable life if she was sure, I'll marry this man, but she just kind of goes, no, I'm not going to. So really, Olivia's a wonderful character because she takes her own romantic fate into her hands and decides, I'll get married when I feel like getting married, when I find someone I like. And, first off, you get the twist of her falling in love with a woman disguised as a man. So, there's some fun discussion for you. And although you could definitely argue she does not marry the person of her choice because she technically marries the twin brother of the woman she's fallen in love with, thinking that that woman was a man, she seems to like him enough in the end, so I'm hoping that Sebastian and Viola were alike enough that Olivia gets the happy ending that I know she deserves. Next up, Lady Macbeth. I think Lady Macbeth is one of the most iconic female characters of Shakespearean literature. People kind of love Lady Macbeth, and I get it. She's crazy, and she's ruthless, and power-hungry, and assertive, and violent, and frankly, it is astounding that a woman was given such traditionally masculine traits, and it just, you can't really like her, but you have to appreciate what she is as a character. And, I once wrote a whole paper about her, so I just really like her. Lady Macbeth. What would Macbeth be without Lady Macbeth? That play would be boring. Next up, I have a probably, again, unconventional choice for this kind of list, but it's very personal to me because this is one of my favorite Shakespearean comedies, and that would be a tie, Hermia and Helena from Midsummer Night's Dream. Now, a lot of people don't like Helena, which I take offense to because high school Julia could really relate to Helena, and when I read that play in my youth, I was just I get it, girl. I feel you on this. She's a little desperate, a little bit jealous, wee bit crazy, but it's relatable for a teenage girl. At least this teenage girl. But the reason I wanted them both on this list is because, I mean, first of all, I appreciate them both for different reasons, but I love that you get to see a female friendship that isn't like a lady and her maid, which is a lot of the fun female interactions you get in Shakespeare plays. I'm trying to think of another example, but none are immediately coming to me. I guess maybe like Beatrice and Hero, but they're cousins, so they kind of have to be friends. Like, I think Hermia and Helena are really unique in this sense, so I just really appreciate them, and even though they have their fights and confusion with all the magic and love square, I appreciate them both, and they have very witty banter, and frankly, even though they argue, I love their arguments. Like, those scenes are hilarious. Next up, I feel like I have to talk about Emilia from Othello. Emilia is Desdemona's, like, lady's maid, and she is such a fantastic foil to Desdemona's character. Desdemona is so blindly in love with Othello throughout the whole play, even as he changes and is very blatantly manipulated and, you know, eventually murders her. It's not good. Hashtag Desdemona deserved better. But Emilia is so vocal. She does not let her opinions stay inside. In fact, I think part of what makes Desdemona's death scene so fantastic is Emilia's visceral reaction to that loss. She turns on Othello and just lets him have it, and it's fantastic. And I even got out a copy this time just because I knew I had underlined quotes of hers because she's the best. So, you know, Othello and Iago both are telling her to shut up. And she says, "I, peace? No, I will speak as liberal as the north. Let heaven and men and devils, let them all cry shame against me, yet I'll speak." She is so strong-minded, and I love her for it. And I mean, she straight up dies because she's like, I'm going to say everything I need to say. And her last line, in fact, is, "So speaking as I think, alas, I die." That's what I call going out strong. Okay, and I'm so torn on this last one because part of me wants to mention Juliet because Juliet gets no love, and I love Romeo and Juliet and appreciate her deeply. Her foolish, naive little self. I love her dearly. But I'm going to finish this video by talking about Beatrice from Much Ado About Nothing. Beatrice is so fabulous. I just read that play for the first time at the beginning of this year, which is a shame for my life, but I know I'll reread it many times. I think Beatrice is fantastic. She is feisty. She is sharp-tongued, sharp-witted, and she is just one of those iconic, strong female characters of the Shakespearean comedies. Love her so dearly. Have I already said that? Probably. Here's the thing about Beatrice. Yes, she's witty and sassy and cynical, but she's also so good-hearted and pleasant. Like, when you read The Taming of the Shrew, everyone's like, oh, cursed Catherine, but like, people like Beatrice, you know? She's got a lot of things in common with Katerina, but she is nice, and I like nice characters. Also, she loves her cousin so deeply, which is a love and a kind of sisterhood that I can totally understand. I have that kind of relationship with two of my own cousins, and it's just so fantastic and iconic when her cousin's name is slandered and she says that she would eat Claudio's heart in the marketplace. Oh, how can you not love that? Also, what's great about Beatrice is that she's very forward-thinking. Like, she knows that if she gets married, she's giving away her relative freedom for a man who is whatever, who gets to control her life, basically. So, she is content not to be married unless she finds a man who is her equal. But at the same time, when she hears that Benedict is in love with her, even though it's a rumor and not actually true, but then it becomes true and it's adorable, she is like, oh, okay. Like, she's so sweet about it. I don't know. Beatrice is a newfound love in my life, and she's excellent. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to talk to me. Comments, Twitter, Instagram, whatever floats your boat. It's all down below. And I hope to see... Well, that's not what I say. I hope to see more of you soon. Maybe I should say that. That doesn't literally make sense, though. I don't know. And you'll be seeing more of me soon. Bye.